I want this live stream or the recording to reach very particular people, women specifically, the women who want to live as the embodiment of love. Women who've come to such a place in their evolution that they recognize that no accomplishment, no achievement will really satisfy them. No relationship will really satisfy them unless they know intimately that wherever they've come not through push or hustle or trying to prove their worth, but they've come there because they relaxed into it. And you may hear the peacocks. So the news is that I'm back in Lisbon, in Portugal, where I live. And I am here with my opposite pillar, Jesus. I see him from my window. I see the Lisbon Bridge, and I'm surrounded by the chapels. So sometimes my clients hear the bells ringing when I create teachings or transmissions, and they always come at the perfect moment when I need to emphasize the point. And then there are also peacocks in the garden and just outside, and they also make their orgasmic noises in the perfect moments. So it's been a little while since I've been live. So welcome here, welcome whether you are here live with me, if you are a part of my Telegram channel, or if you're part of Sanctuary, or if you were just on Becoming Her with me, or if you were just on the immersion with me. Please do let me know that you're here, and if you're watching the replay, please let me know. It's I'm very curious who will be tuning into this particular moment. So I am opening the space for the summer and to work together. And I wanted to not only announce this in my close groups of women that I'm currently working with, but also wanted to bring it to my global community and share about these ways. There are 3 ways how we can work together this summer, and we are titling the Summer of the Queen, and I'll explain why. So I'm gonna explain what is happening this summer, but first let me give some context to that. So since the beginning of the year, myself and my community, because how I teach is all based on my experience. Human design 1-3, quite straightforward, but also that's just how it's always been for me. I never tried to start a business. That may be a surprising fact with where my business has come. It may be very surprising for people to know that I never planned to be a businesswoman. Never. And I never looked at it like, I need to start a business. Like, I need to find a way to make money, to create income, and I need to start a business. It was never like that. It was just me speaking to what was important for me in my life, and inviting people to join me. And that's 13 years, a bit more than 13 years in the field, and that's how it's always been. And so now is no exception. I'm in my new becoming, which involves a tremendous amount of letting go and surrender, which has been the core of my work anyway all these years. But now I see that life is taking me into a whole new level of surrender and a whole new level of relaxation into the queen frequency. And the peacock confirmed. They're so cute. And so I've just run this incredible journey, Becoming Her. I've run it live, and there were over 100 women with me going live through this journey of unfolding through the feminine archetypes, going through this very real woman's journey of opening and presencing every single aspect, every single energy that is within us as women. And where we've landed with that is the place of the queen. And what is the queen? Yeah, what is that archetype standing for? And to me, this is the archetype of the highest feminine embodiment. It's that place where you are no longer waiting, where you've really landed into your body so profoundly that you are no longer waiting. You are not waiting to change your life. You're not waiting to make a decision. You're not waiting to become more healed. You're not waiting until this man comes into your life. You are not waiting at all, ever. Because you are preoccupied with your own frequency. You're constantly landing more and more into your queen frequency. That should be your only concern. And I'm talking to you, to like particular people who are meant to find this life. This should be your only concern, because the man in your life, whether it's your existing partner or just men that you encounter, they are nothing but your calibration points. What does that mean? Men are beautiful that way, but also money is also very beautiful that way. It shows you very clearly in this 3D reality where is your consciousness at, what you've been focusing on, what you've been prioritizing in your life, and what you've been neglectful and avoidant and dismissive of. And so men, let's just focus on men, because this is the summer of love, right? So men perfectly represent where you're at within yourself. So it's a complete waste of energy when you try to understand them. So today I dropped into my Telegram. I have a Telegram channel. If you would comment Love Warrior, you will be invited there. Or you can, you can just send me a message, Love Warrior. Hi, Liva. You can just send me a message, Love Warrior, and you'll be invited there. So there, I just shared the story. You can go there and you can listen to the whole story. It's a 20-minute story. You can listen on 2x and it becomes a 10-minute story. But it's a whole story about how I was in a situation where any woman would be so offended and so upset. The story involves being not talked to and completely ignored by a man who was wanting to be my partner, my life partner, my husband, actually. And then one day just disappearing, completely vanishing for months, many months. And I'm smiling right now, but it was very painful to go through that. And at the same time, I saw that there was no point for me in trying to analyze him or understand him. Because whenever you try to analyze another person or understand their motives, you're only doing that in order to avoid feeling the pain that is within you. Because if there is a situation that has stirred something in you and the situation makes you want to go and like explore, but why did they do that? What's their motive? Why do they behave like that? These questions are a signal that you are abandoning yourself. So in that situation, it's very recent, it's from yesterday situation. I'm not teaching from some remote past experiences. We're going through it now. It's very real, my people. So in that situation, we met, because it was meant to happen. We met, and of all the things, the man approached me and started to try to have a casual conversation. And I was like, you cannot talk to me like that. We cannot have a conversation of that level. He nodded and he left. And it was difficult. It was not comfortable. I was breathing, moving, dancing, thankfully, really feeling what I had to feel. But also, inevitably, being with this question, why am I experiencing that? Not why he is behaving like that. I leave the man to his own destiny. But what was interesting for me is, why am I experiencing that? And this is what I teach my women to go into. And their relationships with men change completely. Even women who are in the sanctuary, which is my lightest touch container, where we spend the least amount of time together, but still it's a consistent membership that you can be a part of a community. They are always sharing how their relationship is just 1 month of being on the inside. Their relationships with men completely changed. And this is one of the keys, one of the many keys that I'm sharing with you now. That it's not about the man, it's about you. In that situation, it was about me. Me then going into me, and I was sitting with my friend and I was sharing with her how I felt, what happened, and then just inquiring, like, it's been a while. I really processed very deeply what took place. I've been really grateful. I made podcast episode about it. I made reels about it. The whole thing of, like, when a man speaks, you close your lovely ears and you do not listen. Like, it all came through that experience. Through deep learnings I experienced that. And then here we were. And I'm again feeling very uncomfortable with how things are. And I'm again asking myself, what again am I avoiding? What am I not looking at? Why is the situation happening to me again? Or not again, but in this way. And then where I've landed was in just this place that I just have to accept. I just have to accept that that's how people are. I don't need to go into their story at all, and I just have to open my heart more. Even though love is my religion, love is where I come from, love is where I'm going, I always have space to open my heart more and to love more. And so that was that invitation, to love more. And so that's what I did. I cooked it, but I was determined it's going to happen then. I don't have time to hold on to some resentments. And so then, at a certain point, I started to literally feel so much love for this person. Nothing but love. No need for any kind of explanations, closing, opening, sharing. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But all I thought was love, and how happy I was to see him, and how happy I am to see him happy and radiant and good. He's well, and I wish him well. And so this alchemy took place. Again, if you want to know more about the story, it's quite a fascinating story, and I share deeply about it. Go into my Telegram, and now I just really wanted to bring that, just this piece, that your whole reality is about you. Therefore, there's nothing to wait for. Nothing to wait for. Not wait for some better man that comes, this man changes, this thing happens. Bianca says this brought you an aha moment. I'm very happy. Nothing to wait for. It's just understanding that you are in the center of your life. You are in the center of your reality. And therefore you are the only thing that you should be focusing on in your life. You are the only thing you should be focusing on in your life. There's no greater investment you will ever make in your life than the investment in yourself. in your highest development, in being in the space where this level of conversation is a norm, where we don't waste any time on trying to understand other people, but we really dive into profound understanding of our frequency and how we can shift this frequency like that, immediately. Even in the face of, big trigger, something that is like, will really activate your nervous system. But we want to come to a place of the queen, and the queen is extremely regulated in her nervous system. The queen is rested in a place of safety within. And from this place, she is so vast. And she decides, and she doesn't need to spend time regulating her nervous system, healing herself. She is doing it in real time now. Because she has all the tools. She holds herself and every part of her in her heart. She does not wait on anyone. She moves, and the world moves with her. Because the world is nothing but a reflection of her. The world is nothing but an extension of her. And so your inner state, your inner frequency is what defines everything around you. It defines how a man behaves. It defines whether a man chooses you or not. Whether you are surrounded by men that are there to support you, to hold you, to nurture you. And when this happens, then, when there are situations that come that show you something to heal, it doesn't hit you all that much because you've created a queendom in which you are held. Your relationship with money and with your creativity, with your expression, this is what I see happening with the women in the field, my closest touch container, where they are blossoming in their natural expression, where people are just asking them, they're not even offering anything. People just approach them and ask them, how can I work with you? Can I be your client? Where they're just starting to go forward with their offerings, and we are not even, it's not a business mentorship that I offer to my people. Far from that. And yet, they become in demand, they create their retreats, they create their offers, they sell them out, they have their clients. It's all happening just through the work that we are doing together, because they stabilize in their frequency. And just today, one of my clients in the field was sharing how she feels right now in her life that everything is possible. Everything. It's just like, there are parts that maybe can get overwhelmed by that. But she is stable in it because she's regulated, and she knows how to come to a place of stability and stillness no matter what. And that's why she doesn't get overwhelmed by the freedom of being anything and doing anything. That's who you are. That's who we all are. But do you believe in that? Do you experience that? She does. Because she's done the work. She's committed. And your commitment is what opens these doors for you. With your commitment, you create time windows and you move through them. And so now there is this time window. Just before summer, we are in this time window. There's a whole momentum that's activated through all this work we've done until now. With all the changes and the cosmic events that we've been facing, like all the retrogrades, God knows what, this year has been one hell of a year, hasn't it? And so many collective themes we've worked through. The theme of really going deeper within, getting more honest with ourselves, not abandoning our emotions, our pain, but finding that you have to live through something in order to liberate yourself. And it's not in pretending that something doesn't exist, but actually by leading and not by strategizing with your mind. That's the kind of standard I have. That's the kind of woman I want to be. That's the kind of treatment I deserve. All these things, as long as they're at the level of your mind, they worth nothing. But when you lean into what is and you move through what is, that's when you arrive into greater embodiment. And when you are in your body, when you are in your true frequency, when you are in the presence, and you're not afraid to be present with yourself, because that's what happens with so many people on our planet. They are afraid to feel, afraid to be real, afraid to be with the pain. Because what will you find there? And it may be deeply scary if you're not surrounded by people who are doing the same thing. If you're not surrounded by the environment that holds you, you're making it very difficult for yourself. But if you are in the culture that is like, that's what we're doing. We are not afraid. We were born for this. And we are facing the deepest places within, and through these places opening into our greatest radiance and power. This is the journey of the Queen. And this summer, we are building that Queen. And therefore we are activating the connections, the relationships, the meeting with our men, with our loved ones, on a level that we've always wanted. But as long as you waited for them to change, you could not have that. Now the game has changed. You're no longer waiting for them to change. You're taking the full responsibility. You're saying, this is my life. And I welcome myself into my life. And I welcome everyone into my life. This is the statement of the Queen. I am here. You are welcome. So if you want to enter into the summer of the Queen, there are 3 ways how we can do that together. One way is the closest touch container that I have, the field. So you may have heard about the field. There are legends about it. It's a really powerful container. Originally, I wanted people to have a minimum of a year commitment to be a part of it. And it was a really high investment, multiple 5-figure investment to be there for a year. Now, for this summer, I am allowing people to come in for just 3 months. And the investment is $12,000 for 3 months. However, if you hear this soon enough, and if you have worked with me already closely, you know about it, there is a special invitation that's available for a very short period of time. So reach out, send a message saying field, and you will get the invitation there. And it's a closed container where we work closely. We have ongoing close touch group of really high caliber women, of the queens who are really ready to go deeper and to embody the highest accessible frequency and hold that frequency and to live in that frequency and live in the relaxation in that frequency. So it's for those who don't want to play games they don't choose. It's for those who choose the highest expression. So field is the invitation. Then the other way to work together is the Becoming Her summer bundle. So this is this legendary program that I've just run. It was live, but you can purchase the recording. So when you in this bundle, the recordings are included, and it's a really powerful program. Really, it was so deep, where you go through every level of consciousness of a woman, and you activate every single level within the princess, the wild woman, the sacred slut, the priestess, the queen, and the divine masculine background on which it all unfolds. So you can get that. Plus, through the summer, we are deepening into the Queen. And we have every month a call, and there's a group that you go with together, and every month there is a call where you are embodying more and more of the qualities of the Queen. You're settling into her. through the relationships with men, through the embrace of your own vulnerable parts that are shaky, sometimes that are anxious, sometimes you're learning to hold it all through the power and the embrace of your queen. And then there will also be a piece around the queen and the wealth. And then inside of the bundle, then it extends, actually, it's a 5 months actually together, because then from September, you are then invited into my new program that I'm going to be running live in September and October, which is called Honoring Him. And this is all about how do we relate to our beloved man from the place of the queen. And that will be all about relationships, which has been a huge aspect of my work, really about developing the sacred union and meeting men from the place of deepest empowerment. Usually, it takes me about 30 seconds to look at a couple together and to analyze what kind of relationship they are in, and if this is meant to be a life partnership or not. And in this program, we are going to be empowering you to actually cultivate a life partner relationship, not just another situationship or whatever they're called. And so this Becoming Her Summer Bundle, with Becoming Her, with the continuation through the summer, with the Honoring Him, the investment is $3,333, and you can also have installments, and this is 5 months together in this way. So you can respond summer, and then you will receive the details on that. And then the third way how we can work together, and this is the sanctuary. So if you are in the sanctuary already, please do comment. And sanctuary is a really, really cool way to be in my field, and have a light touch relationship where just once a week you are receiving teachings or transmissions or practices from me that are related to a certain theme for us. So we are currently in the theme of initiation of love, which just yesterday I sent them a practice on welcoming the masculine, and there were tears and openings and profound awe. Oh yes, I am, and it's wonderful. Thank you, Sophia. I'm so happy you are there with us. Just those little touch points, they just hold you through the path. It works really, really beautifully together. When you're in the field, you receive all of that. It's just this place of the queen, when you create this place of real support for yourself, real infrastructure of support in your life. So that's the field. Yeah, in the Becoming Her Summer Bundle, and then you have a lot of material that is there to support you, and it's not too much also, but you really get to be held by really, really powerful material, plus then those live calls through the summer and inside of Honoring Him. And you save a lot when you get the bundle like that. And then in Sanctuary, you get this, you can step in for the year, or you can step in for 2 months. And the next cycle opens on the solstice, so on the 21st of June. But you can step in now, and the perk of stepping in now is that you are invited into our luxurious waiting lounge. And when you're in the waiting lounge, you get access to some transformational material, really powerful work that I've created, which will prepare you for what we will be doing on the inside, and that will help you open deeper into relationships, into love, into just deep inner work with yourself, and stabilizing in deeper, truer places within. And then from the solstice, then you will be invited into the actual Telegram space of Sanctuary. So you can send a message with wait list, and then you will get Sanctuary waiting lounge invitation. So that's the way how we can roll through summer. For those of you who are close to me, there's also an in-person experience that we're having, but it's really for people who've done work with me before, and we are doing something with medicine, which I've never done before, but it's something that has been very important for me, to work with medicine, with a plant, and there will be a special shaman coming for that. So if you're interested, reach out and come in. Yeah, and let us know that you're interested, and if I know you well, then you may be invited there. The vault is already super crazy, especially Dark Mother and Creator. Yes, thank you, Kinga. Yeah, so when you are in Sanctuary Waiting Lounge, you get the vault, and Kinga says it's super crazy, and there is some really, really cool programs that you get to be empowered through. Purple Pleasure Priestess, hi, is asking, so is the Sanctuary more beginner level also? Well, Kinga, or anyone else in the Sanctuary, what do you think? Is it the beginner? I don't think I've worked with beginners, love. Like, that's the honest truth of that. I don't think any of my work is really beginner, but it's for people with the pure heart. So even if you consider yourself to be a beginner, but you have a pure heart, you will be fine. But if you're not a beginner at all, oh, thank you for the compliments. If you're not a beginner at all, you will find value in Sanctuary, big time, because we are living through it together. So, definitely not beginner, Mireia says. Pure heart, yes. So, that's our summer, my loves. I would love to have you on the inside. Yeah, the more depth you are ready for, the more you will receive, for sure. The faster you will go, for sure. But whichever level you are ready to step into, you are so welcome. And use this time window. Use this momentum now, because now there are a lot of people stepping into various containers with me. So step in now and ride this momentum, and let's activate this vibe. Because when we are, this time right now, it's this Aquarius age in which we are stabilizing in. Yum, perfect. Thank you for all these fucking amazing offerings. You're welcome. I hope to see you on the inside. So this age, this age of Aquarius requires us to work together. Yeah. It's not about being there on your own, trying to figure yourself out. We have to do this together, my people. There's no individual enlightenment anymore. We are actually preoccupied right now with evolution of humanity, evolution of humankind. This is how we actually transition to the next level of our spiritual evolution, the next level where we really see the world of love. This is what I am concerned about. I want to see the world of love. I don't want to be the only one who lives in absolute wealth and abundance and love, and living in a way that I'm just constantly what I'm doing is I'm just removing things that I've created a month ago or 6 months ago and that are no longer aligned, and just finding how to create from even more relaxation, from even more bliss. I'm not interested in doing that on my own. I want to do that together with you. So that's what my offerings are all about. That's where we are invited. Yeah. Kundalini Rose Beauty says, see you in Boom. It's divine timing. Yes, there's also something that's happening. I'm going to Boom. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it publicly, actually. But yes, I'm teaching there. It's already extremely deep, Kinga says. I am a psychologist myself, energy worker on my spiritual path since 2022, and Sanctuary is just the next level, even in a short time. Maybe not for just starting your journey. Thank you so much, Kinga. It means so much. I love the Becoming Her program so much, Andrea says, and also the Sanctuary. So much growth and softening within myself. Can highly recommend it from my heart. Thank you so much. I didn't even ask them. You see, they're just such gorgeous humans. And I think it's very important. When you benefit from something, share it with the world. It's really important that we keep inviting people into the places that are pure, that are dedicated to our highest evolution. It's not very common. A lot of places just have like certain place where they will get you, and this is good at different times in your life. But those environments that really support you to evolve on a deeper spiritual level, watch out for these. These are the real life's work, and so that's what I'm holding for you. That's my greatest intention for you. That's what I see happening with my clients. That's why they stick around for many, many years, because we are evolving for life. And not only for ourselves, but for everyone around us. So, beloveds, so proud of this work. Proud, like at the level of the heart, proud. And proud of the women who are really staying on the course and are really changing their lives and their relationships and starting to meet men from the deepest heart, and starting to meet their children also from the deepest heart, from the deepest presence, and meeting just every person you meet in the world from the deepest presence, recognizing that every moment is divine, every moment is full of God, it's full of grace, it's full of sacredness. And that's how you live as love, and that's what I desire for all of us. So, summer of love, summer of the Queen, because the Queen is the love. Queen is the love, isn't she? The Queen is love embodied. So, summer of the Queen. My love, please comment once I post this live, or you can send me a DM. Lisa says, I found Sophia a few months ago, did Becoming Her and the immersion in Portugal. Yes, you did. You did the immersion in Portugal. We just emerged from there and forever changed. Aww. And we'll always have Sophia as my mentor. When you feel invited, don't doubt. I love you. Thank you for that. So, Summer of the Queen, the field, which is the highest touch, the highest fire, the highest depth, and the deepest relaxation into the abundance that you are. Summer for the bundle of Becoming Her continuation through the summer with live calls and the ability to be mentored by me also during those live calls, and then honoring him in the autumn. And Sanctuary. For Sanctuary, you comment waitlist, and then you come into the waiting lounge, and you go on this train of Sanctuary with us.